Hi, this is Marsha.
And this is Kelly.
We are the 2U's of 2U's Fiber Adventures. Thanks for stopping by.
You'll hear about knitting, spinning, dyeing, crocheting, and just about anything else we can think of as a way to play with string.
We blog and post show notes at 2usfiberadventures.com.
And we invite you to join our 2U's Fiber Adventures group on Ravelry. I'm 100 Projects.
And I am Better in Motion.
We're both on Instagram and Ravelry, and we look forward to meeting you there.
Enjoy the episode. Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Marsha. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
I really can't believe that I've had a month of summer vacation already.
Okay, that's hard to believe because it's only June. Today is, I do this all the time.
June
25th.
Yeah. Yeah, and our graduation was May, I think it was the 22nd. Grades were due right after graduation, so I would say right around the 25th was the last day, if I had been grading. That things would have been going on. So, yeah, a whole month, poof, gone.
Well, I'm sure. Well, I'll hear in project updates what you've been doing with your summer. If you've been productive.
Yeah, I think I have been.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see. Yeah, it's been fun anyway. I can say that much.
Well, what I was going to say, I told you I mentioned this to you before we started recording, but I do think it's kind of funny. I knew that I have a little jar of coffee I keep on the kitchen counter. And I knew yesterday morning I used the last of the coffee. So I thought, tomorrow morning, which was this morning, I'll go down and get some more coffee that I have down in the basement. And I went down the basement and I have no coffee down there. My big Costco bags of coffee are completely gone. So I made do with some not very good instant coffee that my brother had left here. But when I'm down there, I'm seeing I have this big bag of 1,100 tea bags from PG Tibbs. And I thought to myself, that's funny. I don't remember putting it in this food storage area that I have. I turn around and I look. And there's a second bag of 1,100 tea bags on the table that I have neglected to put away. So I have.
So you bought new tea when you already had excess tea.
I had. I'm completely. So no coffee in the house, but I did have 2,200 bags of tea, which, by the way, we have listeners in the United Kingdom, and this probably other parts of Europe too, maybe even Australia, but the brand I use is PG Tibbs, which I believe is an English brand, and they always were known for their tea bags were triangular shaped, and they're like little. Well, they're not really pyramids because they were three-sided, but whatever shape.
Like little pouches. Japanese triangle pouch.
They're flat now. They're just flat. And I'm like, what happened? I can't find the triangular shaped one, the little triangular pouches anymore. So,
because those taste better, right?
I think so.
The shape.
Well,
the shape of the tea bag makes it.
Actually, honestly, I thought the shape of the tea bag had something to do with it because it said, like on the box, they used to say something about, their special tea bag shape, that was better for brewing. I don't know. So anyway, but I don't know what happened. So I know we have listeners in the United Kingdom. So if you could maybe solve this mystery for me because I can't figure out I Googled it and I couldn't figure out why if this changes across all of the tea or just when you buy 1,100 bags of tea in this giant tea bag. But anyway, but I'm going to say something about. So I went this morning out to Costco because that's where I buy my coffee in these big bags. I have a comment about Costco is I find that when you buy the Costco size of anything, like I'll buy like like diced tomatoes, in cans. I think there's there's 8 in there or 10, maybe say there's 8 in there. You have a lot in there. And if I don't use them very often, I just think that they're always there. Even when I've used the last can or I'm down to one can, because it's down in the basement in the food storage area, I just think, oh, I've always got that can there. I think it's the same thing with the coffee. I always have bags of coffee, so I just assumed I still had bags of coffee.
Yeah.
And you forget that you've used it all and that you have to. So I wonder if you just went to the grocery store and you bought just like a 1 pound bag of coffee and it was in your kitchen cabinet when you ran out of it or getting close to the end, you would know that's the only coffee I have. So I need to go. As well, like, oh, I must have a couple of bags of coffee down there in the basement or a couple of cans of diced tomatoes or whatever it is. So,
yeah, you don't have like a pantry inventory in your head like Robert.
Yeah.
So like I'll use so during the pandemic, we never kept a backlog of storage. We just had whatever food was in the kitchen cupboards because we didn't really have a place for it.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, and then we moved here and we had the basement, but I didn't think of putting food down there. We had other stuff down there, but it's like I never saw the need really. And we have enough cupboard space for, a Costco size, not of everything, but the stuff that we would buy because we don't shop a lot at Costco. Anyway, during the pandemic, Robert started doing the grocery shopping and he likes to stock up. And so, there was an excuse to do that during the pandemic. But now there's there's really no reason to do that. But he still does. And so I'll use the last of the bottle of lemon juice and I'll be like, is there more lemon juice? He's like, yeah, I got 2 more downstairs. Oh, he always knows
he
what's
knows
down
exactly. You know what I was thinking? I would say what I could do, but I realize I will never be this organized. Is I should just have like a whiteboard, in the kitchen that says what's in the basement.
Oh yeah,
that's never happening. Well, anyway. Well, I have kind of a love-hate relationship with Costco. I think I'm always just amazed at how efficient it is. The checkout is so, you walk up there and you think, oh my God, this is going to take me forever to get out of here. And it's so fast. But yeah, sometimes I've bought products that I think that are not that good. Like there's certain things I just don't buy at Costco. Like I don't really buy the prepared food at Costco. First of all, now that I'm by myself, it's way too much food.
It's a lot.
And some of it's not that good. Some's okay. Some's not that good. But I don't know. I bought strawberries and I did buy chocolate too. Surprisingly, those are not Costco sized. I don't think. Anyway. Well, okay. I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like I'm losing my mind. That no coffee, but 2 giant bags of tea.
You could have had all of the caffeine you needed for the week for years.
Well, and then I got I not to belabor this point, but then this morning I thought, oh gosh, I thought this when I bought the second bag of tea, not realizing I had the first bag. When I did this a couple of years ago, I bought that big bag. What I did is I took it all apart and I put it in those plastic vacuum sealed bags to take all the air out. Just makes it smaller to store, but also I think it preserves it longer. So now I have quite a bit to do because I have 2 bags of. So I'll have to put them in those vacuum sealed bags. But anyway, okay. Well, moving on from that. I want to just remind people that we have our June survey. So you can go to the show notes and we'll have a link in there. And it's the survey for June is on sourcing yarn, fiber, and supplies. So do you go to your local yarn shop? Do you order things online? Do you go direct to the producer? Do you make your own? Anyway, we have a bunch of questions and we're have our second survey underway. Did you fill it out, Kelly?
Yeah. I did not fill it out.
Oh, I'll go fill it out. I haven't done it yet either.
I haven't done that.
I will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll put my 2 cents worth in there. And yeah, the link will be right there in the show notes. If you didn't do it last time, you could try it this time on your app, whatever app you use. Has show notes, and the link is right at the top of the show notes. Or you can go to our website, toUseFiberAdventures.com, and find our show notes there if you want to participate. And then I'll also put the link to the survey in the episode thread in Ravelry. So there's a lot of ways to get to the survey that people can use.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Including right now, just tap your phone, tap to the survey, and answer the questions.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about, or should we just go right into projects?
Yeah, let's go right into projects because Marsha and I were talking about this earlier. My computer is having a little bit of a problem. It looks like it's doing that thing again, Marsha.
Okay.
But it looks like the GarageBand is still working. So
okay.
So we're going on faith that my site is recording, even though I can't see it the way I normally do.
Okay.
And anyway, let's just jump in case I have a limited time span of.
Okay. We won't dilly dally. We won't dilly dally. So okay. Do you want to talk about your project since you were talking about your summer? Yeah. You're on summer vacation. Why don't we talk about what you've been doing?
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things I did was I talked about the project last time, but I finished the tablet weaving that I was doing for Pride Month. We met Robert's sister and her wife in Lodi. Their friend Cindy was playing at the Oak Ridge Winery, and so we met them like the 13th, June 13th or 14th, something like that weekend. And so I wanted to get her Pride Month gift done before then. So I finished that up. I ended up sewing a dog collar and 2 keychains. I know I talked about it before, and I think I was probably pretty close to finishing, but I did finish that. And the dog collar is more like a necklace than a collar that you hook a leash to, but they loved it. And they sent me a picture of their poodle, Riley, wearing her Pride dog collar. Nice. So that was fun.
Nice.
That I did it with the tablet weaving. So yeah. So I worked on that. And then I've been spinning like a maniac still. I had finished a batch of merino silk bats, and then I found another batch. Remember the ones that we made?
Yeah.
At Knockers? For some reason I thought, I don't know what I thought. I didn't remember that those were in a box in my studio. And I was like, oh, that's all done. I think I got like 22 ounces of yarn out of it, and the merino silk that I had carded before you got here. And I just totally forgot about that. I remembered doing the bats at Knockers, that people took with them. But then I was like, oh, here's another box of bats. All right. So I spun those up. And it's really, really nice to spin. I have to say, I'm not at all sorry to be spinning these. And I had finished all the naturally dyed wool, the California red. And so it was really nice to be spinning up something so soft and sort of slippery,
Yeah.
In contrast with a fiber that's a lot more kind of bouncy and a little more coarse. Anyway, I got about maybe a third of the third bobbin done when I ran out.
Okay.
So I am carding more. So I have more merino silk bats on the carder right now. I was doing it right before I came in. So I've been working on that. I've done more fleece washing. So I had Corriedale that I had done in the swim bath, and I took about half of that and did it on the stove in the garage. Did a hot wash of that one. And then, and then after I finished the naturally dyed California Red. I was like, okay. And before I started on the merino silk bats, one night I felt like spinning, and there was really nothing. I didn't know I had the merino silk bats. And I remembered that I had taken a braid from Pat's D-Stash at Knockers. And so I grabbed that braid. It's a hip strings fiber. The colorway is Alpine Spring, and it's mostly blue. But it's got kind of white and purple and a little green in it. Mm-hmm. And it's not like space dyed. It's like blended fibers. And it was really fun. I spun that up 4 ounces. And it spun up super fast because I was trying to get it. I wanted to do a 2-ply that would come out to be about worsted weight, worsted to Aran weight. And so I was spinning at a little thicker than my usual default. And I think I was pretty successful at that. I think I did get about a worsted to Aran weight in that. Anyway, went really fast. It was a really fun spin. The fiber was merino, silk, and flax. And I had never spun a blend of wool and flax before, so that was really interesting. Just I think it had 75, I want to say it was 75% merino, and then the other 25% was half silk and half flax. So that was fun. That was a little palette cleanser. Get me ready to do another long spinning project. And I didn't realize that these merino, that I was going to be doing this much merino silk, but I think I'll be able to mix the 2 yarns together. So the one batch of merino silk bats, I used silk that was all sort of pastel-y colors or like muted, real soft colors. And then this one is all those bright colors that we used. And so it'll be interesting. The skeins, the bobbins look very similar to the ones that I did before. But I think once it's in a skein, you'll be able to tell when I put the skeins together, you'll be able to tell that they're not the same. But I think I could use them together in a project. So the 3 big skeins that I have from before, and then if I fill my 3 bobbins, and then ply it off, I'll get about 3. I'll get probably about the same weight of this fiber. And so that'll be kind of a nice combination of things to do something with, merino silk. So yeah, lots and lots of spinning. And then finally, I did get my boxy back on the needles. And I'm now, let's see, I have it. I'm working on it right now. I joined after the armholes, and I have maybe almost 4 inches. I've gone almost 4 inches down. So
very good.
So I still have a lot of stockinette in the round left to do. But it's back in rotation, and I've been spinning or knitting on it when we're in the car going someplace, and knitting on it in the mornings or in the evenings if I am, not feeling like spinning. So
yeah.
Okay. So those are my projects.
Okay, that was a lot. Very quickly, you're speaking fast to get through this.
I'm talking fast.
Okay. So my projects, I have a finished project. I finished the Wabi Sabi tea. This is the one, Katia Wabi Sabi, that I bought the yarn in Oaxaca, Mexico. And this is the one where the pattern was in Spanish, and we did the translation, and then you showed me how to knit the larger size and then just reduce it by 10%. Anyway, the reason I'm mentioning that is it fits perfectly. It's a great sweater. I really like it. It fits really well. And I will say I was sort of wondering how it was going to fit, because I've not made a t-shirt like this before, but there's no short rows in the back so that the front's a little bit lower, which I was kind of wondering about because I don't want to bring it up, but the Weekender, that has no,
oh yes,
but that, it hits higher. on the neck than this does.
Yeah.
This is more rounded. Anyway, fits really well, and I really like it. And I was also wondering how the stripes are going to work out, and it worked out great. I didn't have to do any, I don't think I did any real editing of colors with the stripes. And the other thing too, you should always read your pattern. Okay, first rule, read your pattern all the way through to the end, which none of us do. Because I didn't realize once you finish the body, you pick up for the sleeves and you just do the ribbing and bind off. So it's just an inch of ribbing. So once you finish the body, you have hardly anything left to do on the sleeves. I will say I picked up the stitches, and I always pick up, say it says to pick up 10 stitches under the arm. I always add 2 stitches, so I pick up 12. And then the next time I go around, I decrease 2 stitches to close that gap that often forms right where the stitches that are on the sleeve stitches join that underarm. Sometimes it'll make a gap.
Yeah.
So I knit that, and I think I did the decrease round, and then I just did one plain round, and then I did the ribbing. So, but it turned out perfectly. So because it's so little yarn, each ribbing, each cuff matches exactly. So anyway, but that's done.
Oh, nice.
And then Trillium Lake by Kay Hopkins. That is, actually I say here in the show notes, it's 8 inches. It's more than that. I have knit probably 10 inches, and I think I have to do 12 and a half inches, and then I do something. And nothing else really to talk about. I have been spinning, and so the Compass Moon Creations, I had 10 ounces of a merino, kind of a blue-green, and at the beach, I did a 2-ply and have one skein that's about 200 yards, and I have finished spinning all the singles now. And so now I think what I'm going to do with both of them, just wind, like I did with the first skein, is I just wound it into a cake and pull from the center and the outside to do a 2-ply. I'm going to do that. So I'll work on that maybe tonight. And then patio furniture pads. I finished the round cushions for the metal chairs, and they look great. Then this past week, I finished the pad for the chaise lounge, and I'm really pleased with myself. I learned how to make Turkish corners, which Turkish corner is a way to take flat fabric, and when you sew together, you put pleats, so it makes like a box cushion, but you don't actually have to make a box. And I put the piping in there, and I learned how to put the zipper in on the piping edge, that was interesting to do that. Ooh. But I did that. I'm really learning a lot, Kelly. And YouTube, everybody knows this, but YouTube, you can find how to make anything on YouTube. So now my next project is I have 2 wooden folding chairs with arms that belong to my parents, and they're white, and they had kind of like a really bright lime green cushion or a fabric on for a seat. And so now I've taken the fabric off, and I've washed the chairs down. And then I think tomorrow I'm going to try and go out there and sand them. I think they need a light sanding and prime them. And then I just have to put at least 1 coat of the final color. I may have to put 2 coats on. And then I did save the fabric from one chair to use as a pattern to cut out the fabric for the new seats. And
that'll be nice.
They were sort of like, I think I said sort of like director's chairs. There's just that one piece. These were like 2 pieces of canvas that crossed each other to form the seat. And some people thought they were uncomfortable. So I did buy 2 cushions, which I'm going to make pillows to go on the bottom of the chairs to sit on. So hopefully I'll get that done this weekend or before we record the next time. And then the only other update is the garden. And I really thought this is not a complaint. I really thought this was going to be done like March. And I thought, at the most April. No, we're still going at it here. So since we last recorded, more plants have gone in. We've settled on the I'm saying final quote unquote design for the what started this project is I wanted a fence on the north side of the deck to keep the dog in and for privacy. So we sort of finalized the design for that. And then one section is going to be fence. And then the other side up against the neighbor's garage to hide it is there's going to be a screening material and an arbor with plants growing on it to kind of hide that garage. And it'll be an arbor and you can kind of sit under that. And it'll be, I think the plan is to plant jasmine on that. So,
That'll be pretty.
And then the other thing I did add is I wanted a handrail on the deck. So, and we figured out how that's the design of that, how I want that.
At the steps?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so on the step. The big steps going up to the deck. The original design, there was never a handrail and for the first deck. And then our friend Milo, he'd put in a handrail, but it was very unattractive. So when that deck went away, the handrail went away. And with the new deck, a handrail never went in. And I have one friend that comes over that really needs, he has to take someone's arm going up and down the stairs. So I thought it's time to put a railing in. Not for me, Kelly, for my friends who've
Not for you yet, Marsha.
Yeah, right.
It's coming for us all.
Yeah. So anyway, it's very cool. And then I don't want to go on and on about this, but I've always had an irrigation system, but there's a new controller, and that controller is just amazing because it has a weather station attached on the house that measures precipitation and it measures all this stuff. But it also has like a global weather station. So it looks at everything that's happening like in the Pacific Northwest and everything in Seattle and everything or Washington State, King County, Seattle, and my neighborhood. Wow. Is looking at all of that. And then also I looked on the map and it tells you, you can see other houses in your neighborhood that have the same controller.
You can spy on your neighbors.
Yeah, well, and so
habits.
Well, it's kind of interesting because yes, you can say it's spying, or you could say it's sharing information. But it's collecting data, right? And it was interesting to me that it showed what the current temperature at my house was, what it's reading, and then it showed what the current temperature a house right on Interstate 5. And it's about it was about 10, 12 degrees difference. And it's not that far a distance, really. It's not that far. But I think closer to the interstate, there's more concrete because the interstate's solid concrete, right? So it raises the temperature. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
So
sort of little microclimates.
Yeah.
Within the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Really interesting. So, and then it's scheduled to come on, the system comes on, it waters every 2 days, right? We've changed it to come on every 2 days because of all the new plantings. But we've had a really hot weather the last few days. It's cool today. It's, I was out this morning, it was 63, where last night it was like 87. So quite a temperature change today. But because new plants had gone in, it was so hot, I was just watering it every morning. If I'd wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning, I would just turn the system on and I could just water the flower beds where the new plants are. Or I now, he's put in drip irrigation in all my pots. So I can just, in really hot weather, when things are established in the garden, I may not need to water them as much in hot weather, but the pots, I typically water them every day. So I can go in and just say, turn them on and water them. So, I mean, I think it sounds like I'm doing a lot of watering, and I think I am doing a lot of watering because it's new plantings, but I think...
Well, you're establishing plantings,
right. But going forward, I think I'm going to use a lot less water because it's supposed to start... Well, we had a little bit of rain today with sprinkling when I walked the dog, but I think at 10 o'clock it's supposed to start raining, and we're having rain all week, so then it won't water at all. Or it shortens it. Instead of being 15 minutes, it waters for 8 minutes or something, depending on the... That's way too much information, but I just think I've really been enjoying it. And I don't know why I'm enjoying it so much, but it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
but it's just interesting.
I think it's nice that you have, it's nice that you have the ability to keep things watered when you travel, for example. Right? Because you have the system to do it. Yeah. Whereas you didn't really have that system before, and it was always something you had to, it was like a pet you had to board.
Yeah. So the irrigation system would come on, but like the pots always, I had to find somebody to come and water all the pots, and I have a lot of pots, which, So anyway, which by the way, we've talked about this before, but Robert took the tomato growing organic tomatoes, and so he shared all of his notes, and I've been following everything he did. I had one last fish head, so I had to get another tomato plant, and I finally got that in the ground because I had to get another pot. So I finally got that in the ground.
Because you had an extra fish head, you got another tomato. That's good. They look great. I have to say, plants look a lot healthier than they ever did in past years. So I'm really, and I did read, again, not to go on and on about these very expensive tomatoes, but I did read that you're not supposed to let the fruit or even the leaves touch the ground. So I went out, it was yesterday, and I trimmed all the leaves off that were down, that were touching the soil. And and then I'm also doing that. It also recommended that you make a tea, quote unquote. We're back to tea, a tea out of worm castings. You let them soak for 24 hours, strain out the worm castings, and then and it has an aspirin in there too. And then you have this liquid that you spray on the leaves. So I've been doing that. It says to do it weekly, so I've been doing it weekly. It will not happen when I'm in Vermont, but I'm not going to ask anybody to do that. But I'm kind of excited about these tomatoes. And it was interesting. What I didn't realize and that he learned is that they really don't want water on their leaves. They really don't like to have, he said and I do, once he said this, I did remember this from when I was doing the master gardening class, that typically plants that have any kind of fuzzy leaf are not really plants that want to have, that do well with water on their leaves. So, okay. But I forgot to say something in my project, when I was talking fast about my projects. He was doing the trimming that he needed to do, and he's trimmed out a bunch of branches from the inside, so there's like more air coming in and more sun coming in to ripen all this stuff. It's a whole production. But the tomatoes are good. We've actually gotten some cherry tomatoes already. Not very many, but we've gotten a few, which is the earliest we've ever had tomatoes. So I can attest that this is what he's doing is working. Yeah. But he comes up to me one day after work, when I come home from work. Was I at work? Yeah, I had a meeting or something. Oh, we were doing interviews. So even though I was off for the month, I did have some work to do because I was on an interviewing committee for a psychology position. And so he says, I was washing my hands after working on the tomatoes, and I think I know how you can get green on your wool, because I was trying to get green.
Oh, right? Yeah, the tomato plants, yeah.
Yes. And he's like, I came in to wash my hands and like all this green was coming off of them. The tomatoes have this sticky stuff, and they made my hands And I'm like, well, but just because there's color coming off doesn't mean that color is going to become dye, right? He said, no, but you should try it. You should try it. So I had already dyed all of the California red. That was all done. But when I started the project with the natural dyeing, I had the California red fleece, which is kind of a creamy color with red guard hairs in it. So it's not a bright white. But then I had a Shetland fleece that was a bright white with a little bit of gray. There was a little bit of it that went to kind of gray, but I started dyeing that too. So I had some of the Shetland left that I had not dyed yet. And so I humored him and I cooked the tomato. I cooked 400 grams of tomato leaves. Typically they say equal or double the amount of fiber that you have. And I had 100 grams of, I had 100 grams of the Shetland that I was going to dye. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go even further because he gave me so many. I didn't hardly make a dent in his prunings. So I did 400 grams of tomato leaves and branches, right? I didn't like strip leaves off the branch. Tomato leaves and branches in the pot, cooked it. He's like, oh, it's working because the water was really green. Like, you have to recognize that this happens a lot and then you don't get the color that you see. And by the time, so I put the wool in there and I got the most disappointing. He was very disappointed. I got the most ugly, dirty, gray, beige. Like, it doesn't even look like a pretty beige or like I got a silvery, kind of a purpley gray with the purple leaves. This is like dirty fleece. I basically took my bright white fleece and now it looks like dirty fleece. So I can tell you, at least using the method that I used, and I used the heat was really low. I didn't, I tried not to I made sure I didn't go too high on the heat, but I did leave them in the water for a long time till they were really, sort of wilty. Yeah. Using that method, I can tell you do not get green. I thought maybe I'd get yellow. You don't even get yellow. You get dirt. You get dirt color and not like dark dirt color. You get like dirty fleece color. So
not good, rich dirt color. Like that's a good color. No. That's a good color, but that's disappointing. But it, he learned what
it'll go with all the other colors I got on the Shetland when I finally spin it up. Yeah, they'll all match. Yeah. So Robert had his first natural dyeing disappointment.
Yeah. Poor guy. Well, that's what happens. I mean,
he's got cucumbers. Yeah.
Okay, so what does he have out in the garden? He's got the tomatoes and cucumbers. What else does he have out there?
And the peas are pretty much done or getting close to being done. They went in first. So he's got peas, cucumbers. Oh, green beans. They're black beans.
Oh,
they're,
okay.
Trail of Tears, black beans.
Okay.
I got them from the Seed Savers catalog, Seed Savers Project catalog. And I think that's it.
Okay.
Cherry tomatoes, couple of regular size tomatoes. Arkansas Traveler is one, and Chef's Delight is the other one, I think.
Okay.
So Chef's something. And then a bunch of cherry tomatoes that he grew from seed. And then the cucumbers that he grew from seed. So all of it he grew except the two big tomatoes. He bought those as plants.
Okay.
So pretty successful garden. I mean, he's been working hard.
Yeah. Well, I have.
And we've been able to eat the cucumbers. already, so that's good.
Oh, that's good. You're way ahead of me. So my tomatoes look really healthy. I have to, as I said before, I don't have any fruit on them at all, but I do have, they're blooming. Not all, but they're starting to bloom, which is good. And, but we're always behind you because I'm further north, right? 1,000 miles north of you. So, and then I have cucumber, and I'm trying a different cucumber. It's called a patio cucumber, so that the branches are not as long, because all my vegetable garden is all in pots. I don't have any place, even though I have this yard, I don't really have any place that has the right sun for, so the best place is on the south side of the garage. So got the tomatoes, I've got cucumber, I've got Swiss chard, eggplant, green bell pepper, serranos, and jalapenos. That's all I've got for vegetables. Plus mint and parsley.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot for doing it in
in
pots.
Each tomato is in its own pot, but like the peppers and the eggplant, I have 2 in a pot. But the pots are big. They're 30 inches in diameter. Maybe not that. Yeah. Maybe they're 24, I think. But
they're good size.
They're pretty big pots.
And deep.
Yeah. And I think you can kind of pack things in a little bit more than they say. Like, well, I mean, that's my only option, really. So anyway.
Yeah.
But
and there are gardening books that talk about that as a method where you put things close together. So, So you just have,
but yesterday when I was out there,
less space for them to spread out.
Yeah. Yesterday when I was out there, I noticed that I have little tiny cucumbers that are like about 1 inch long that are forming. So
nice.
So it won't be. They go really fast. So cucumbers and zucchini are similar. You look at them one day and you think, I think they need another day, and you go the next day and they're gigantic. They're huge. You have to check them hourly.
The cucumbers that we have this year are the same ones that I grew. I've grown them before. And I purposely got them because I'm not a very good harvester. And so you can pick they're called punakiras, again, from Seed Savers. Punakira, they're Indian cucumbers, and they are good like now, which they're really actually immature. They're not quite ripe, but they're still good. You can eat them at this stage where they're kind of a light, pale green, pale yellowish green. And then they get to be brighter yellow, and you can eat them at that stage. And then if they stay on the vine, they develop like a brown skin, like a thicker brown skin. And at that stage, you can also eat them. And so I like that aspect because you get a little bit more opportunity. You don't necessarily have to have 85 cucumbers within a 2-week span. You can kind of spread it out a little bit. And if you get busy and forget to pick things, they're still going to be good. And the beans that he bought are the same, the beans that I got him are the same way. They can be eaten as green beans. They can be eaten as like a lima bean, where they're not in the pod anymore, but still green. Or they can be left on to become dry, to dry up and become dried, and you can eat them as dried beans. They're actually a black bean if you let them go that far. So it'll be interesting. I don't know how many we've been eating them as green beans. Just right in the pod, green beans. I know that sounds like peas, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Regular green, like string beans, right? Yeah. We've been eating them like that. And I don't know how many of them will actually make it to any of the other stages because they are really good.
Well, I'm excited. I might get cucumbers before I leave for California because I believe I'm going to be leaving on the 14th of July. So I think I've got about 3 weeks before I leave, roughly. So I might get cucumbers. I'll definitely have chard, the Swiss chard, before I go. But probably no eggplant, probably no tomatoes. But we'll see. I'll have to figure out. Somebody's going to have to kind of check on them. But there'll be people around. So anyway.
Yeah.
But that's the tomato update. We have a little. It's been kind of fun. Robert and I text him pictures, and I called him the other day to ask him because again, I don't want to belabor this thing about these tomatoes, but this tea that you're supposed to make out of the worm castings, the recipe is for a 5-gallon. You have a 5-gallon bucket of water. And then that's way
you
too
don't
much.
Need that much for
no, and then it says you're not supposed to, like, the tea that you make and spray, any leftovers you throw out. They'd say not to save it. I don't know why. Must go bad or something. So I think I have 8 tomatoes. 5 gallons of water is just way too much. I'd be throwing it all out. So I finally distilled down. I did the first batch. I did 4 cups of water, and that was too much. So now I just do 2 cups of water and a tablespoon of the worm castings, and that's the right amount to do my tomatoes, and still have a little bit left over, but I'm not wasting gallons of it. So yeah, I did the math, Kelly. Believe it or not, I did the math.
Like the eggnog. You did eggnog math.
I did eggnog math. Yeah. Funny. Anyway. Okay. So I'm going to look at since we're I think we are now done with our project updates and all the chit chat about all of our projects that are going on. Summer Spin-In is going on now through September 7th, which is Labor Day. I've been doing my part. You've been doing your part.
Yeah.
And the truth is, while we were talking, I went to look at your projects, to look at the skein of yarn that you spun. And then I thought, I should look at my hand spun, because I looked at your hand spun section on Ravelry. So I thought I'll go look at mine. And I thought I have quite a few fleeces in there that just need to be, they're in various stages of unwashed, washed, and ready to be carded. Started carding, gave up. I need to get back to that. I should, yeah. So
yeah, you could pick one and do at least some processing.
Yeah,
to go with your spinning.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I will ply what I have done, and then I'll get back to carding a fleece. I have one that's set up in the basement that I started carding. It's that black.
The Wensleydale Cormo.
Yes.
The one that made
yeah.
that made the judge's head explode.
Yeah.
I can't remember now what his name was, but he just could not believe that someone would breed those two together. Yeah.
Well, we have the evidence. We have the proof.
Yeah, it's a nice fleece.
Yeah. And then also part of that Tour de Fleece is July 4th through the 26th. So I'm going to miss I guess actually I'll be here for 2 weeks 10 days of it. Tour de
we're going to miss some of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason we're going to miss it is we are going to be at the Newberry School of Weaving in Newbury, Vermont, July 18th through 31st. So, and I'm
2 different classes.
Yeah. So, I'm getting excited, Kelly.
I am too.
And there's a lot going on at my house. I don't usually go places in the summer because summer in Seattle is so fabulous. I'm very excited about going. But
you're sacrificing your summer for me.
Yes. But I think summer in Vermont is pretty darn nice too, I think. I'm
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I really am too.
I think it will be a lot of fun. And those looms, I'm still like sort of in awe of the fact that they're so old.
Mm-mm.
It's like we're going to be touching looms that have been woven on by people so far away in time.
Yeah, we're going to be like,
I just think that's really cool.
We're going to be weaving on history. So.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, they didn't do this, but I always think that on your loom you should put all the different names of the owners on the loom. So I'm sure they don't have their names on these looms, but wouldn't that be cool if you could go back and see the date that somebody owned the loom? And anyway.
Yeah. Well, the spinning wheel that I have, the antique spinning wheel, has IB on it, the initials IB on it for Ida Beery. That's who it belonged to.
Okay.
One of my work colleagues' great aunts or something.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know her, but he knew who it had belonged to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just kind of cool to think of all the people who have woven on this throughout the years. So, or whatever looms we're going to weave on throughout the years.
Yeah,
be fun.
So I think, is that everything that we want to talk about? Just a reminder.
I think that's it.
I would say just a reminder to go check out the survey and take the survey.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it. I think this is going to be a short episode.
A little bit, yeah. Let's hope it actually is an episode and that it was really working. My timer is running, like it's recording. So I'm gonna, and I can see a recording wave. It just doesn't look quite right. So,
okay, well, fingers crossed. So, okay, all right, Kelly. We'll all right. We'll talk in a little bit in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for listening. To subscribe to the podcast, visit 2usfiberadventures.com.
Join us on our adventures on Ravelry and Instagram. I am Better in Motion, and Kelly is 100 Projects.
Until next time, we're the 2Us
doing our part for World Fleece.